YouTube, what is going on? It is that NBA guy Josh. Today is October 15th, 2015, and this is going to be your 2015-2016 New York Knicks season preview and predictions. As you guys know, the Knicks had an abysmal season last year. They were 17-65. They were 5th in the Atlantic Division, 15th in the Eastern Conference. That's last for you keeping track at home. They only finished second to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I'm going to get to that in a later part of this video, how crazy it was that they finished second and not last, dead last in the entire league. Because if they did, they would have, the first pick in the draft, and they would have picked up, Karl Anthony Towns. But I like our team this year. I really like the team this year, to be honest with you. And let's get into it. So, as you guys know, they had the second worst season, second worst record in the entire NBA last year. They were horrible. They were absolutely horrible. Every single game I watched of theirs, I literally was tying a noose around my neck and just waiting to just pull it, watching them. That's how abysmal they were. Considering the fact that every time that you have a team that's really, really bad, you don't have an all-star or first, upper echelon player. Now, I'm not saying Carmelo Anthony is a top 5 NBA player anymore. I think at one point in his career, you could have made an argument for it, but he is definitely a top 20 player in the NBA. There's 30 teams in the NBA. So that means he could be the number one star on most teams if he was on them, given the statistics. He went out halfway through the season. I think he played the All-Star game last year, and then after that, he was done. So for a team that has a superstar like Carmelo Anthony on it and a general manager or team president of basketball operations, Phil Jackson, who's a legend, countless rings, 2 with the Knicks, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy that they're this bad. But let's get into what has transpired in this offseason, because they have made some significant moves. They might not seem like significant moves like a certain someone going from Cleveland to South Beach, but they were definitely significant moves. Let's get right into it. Just taking a look at the list here. Key roster additions. Robin Lopez, got him from Portland. He's a nice pickup. We were really weak at the center position last year. Last year we had Jason Smith as the center. Cole Aldrich was a backup center. Amari Stoudemire was injured and then got traded, and Tyson Chandler left the year before that. We haven't had a good center since Chandler left, and before that, we didn't have a good center since Patrick Ewing. How long ago was that? I was in high school, so that was, too long ago to even talk about. Robin Lopez, great addition. Aaron Aflalo, awesome addition, great team player. The guy he's solid. He was invited to Team USA, their workouts this summer in Las Vegas. You don't get invited if you're a horrible player. Aaron Aflalo, glad to have you on the team, man. I hope you're going to definitely pick up the pace and bring some leadership ability, and pick up the overall pace of the workouts and just bring what have you. Kyle O'Quinn, they got him from Orlando. Haven't really seen this kid play too much, but from what I've seen on highlights, he looks solid. He looks like he comes ready to play, and he has a big frame, and I'll take that any day. Hardworking, just seems like a really good kid. Take him any day. Derek Williams, he was the number 2 pick in the NBA draft the year that Kyrie Irving came out. He was supposed to be a really, really good player. Okay? He didn't pan out as of yet. But if you've seen him in the preseason, he has been phenomenal. Multiple 20-point games. He looks like a stud out there. He looks like he really knows what he's doing in this offense. And I think he's going to be a dream to coach for Derek Fisher. He seems really acclimated to the offense already, and you can't really hate on that. In the draft, we got Sasha Vujacic, who came back to the NBA. He played over in Spain for a couple of years. Obviously, Sasha Vujacic played for the Lakers for many years. He's a good friend of Kobe Bryant, and being that Kobe Bryant doesn't have many good friends, and this guy can actually put up with them, I think he can put up with Carmelo. So, good addition. Kevin Seraphin, they also picked up. He's going to bring some depth to our bench, which we badly need, since the starting lineup last year couldn't be a bench on most teams. So This year we have a decent starting lineup, and he brings a lot of power and energy off the bench, which we need. Obviously, every team needs. Now, let's talk about the two guys that we picked up in the draft this year. The first kid, Jerian Grant out of Notre Dame. This kid is so underrated, it is unbelievable. He went number 19 to the New York Knicks in the draft this year, and what else can you say other than watching him play and just saying, wow. He arguably could turn out to be the best point guard in this draft. And yes, I understand that D'Angelo Russell was picked in this draft. I completely get that. I think that one day it could go down that he is the best point guard that was chosen in this draft, and a lot of teams are going to be really sorry. Because from what I've seen from him, he's ready to go right now. I understand he's a rookie, but just watching him play, he brings a lot of energy. He has a basketball IQ that's many years ahead of his time. And, I think he's definitely going to be a really nice addition. The biggest addition to the entire team this season is obviously the number 4 pick in the NBA draft, which was Kristaps Porzingis. A lot of teams, in my opinion, and many other people's opinions, and keep in mind, yes, I'm a Knicks fan, but I'm also a realist, okay? I'll tell you when a kid sucks. I'll tell you when a kid's great. This kid is going to be a superstar. He's 7'2". He has a nasty three-point shot, and the kid can drive to the basket with no regard for what can happen to him, injury-wise, foul-wise, anything. He just takes the ball and just drives to the basket. And he's 7'2", and he can shoot the three, and he's from Europe, so he doesn't have any of these bad tendencies that a lot of American players can have. He doesn't have baggage that comes with him in terms of, loser friends that are going to get him into drug trouble or gun possession charges. He has a very solid background and a very, very solid entourage that travels with him. This kid's going to be a superstar. You heard it here first. All right? I honestly think that he may go down as the best player that was chosen in this draft, and this was a very top-heavy but stacked draft. Karl-Anthony Towns, awesome player. He has a very high basketball IQ. He's a very humble kid from the looks of it. Obviously, I've never met him, but Porzingis might go down as the best pick in this draft. So when Knicks fans got really pissed that they didn't get the number one pick, and they were hoping they were going to get Okafor or Towns, it might work out for him. It might work out for the Knicks for once. And everyone that's a Knicks fan, everyone that just follows the Knicks or knows anything about basketball, knows that if anything can go wrong and Murphy's Law can cast its shadow over anyone, it is the New York Knicks. They will cast a shadow, and it will be a very bad shadow. But Kristaps Porzingis, I think, is a very nice pickup. Now, obviously we lost a couple people. Andrea Bargnani, goodbye. We don't need you. He was the worst pickup in recent history for this team. Jason Smith, he was a really, really, really good team player. I wish they would have kept him, but we got Porzingis at the center forward position, and obviously we have Robin Lopez filling the void there as well. So Jason Smith, sad to see you go, but we kind of we've satisfied the needs at the center position. But I wish you well, man. You seem like a really decent dude. Shane Larkin, not really sure why they let him go. I thought Shane Larkin needed a couple more years of development. And, that's that. He's going to be playing for Brooklyn this year. Tim Hardaway Jr., I don't really know how I feel about him leaving. I know that he was good at times, bad at times. He used to fight with Carmelo all the time. And there's nothing really to say there. I don't really have an opinion if I don't like him being gone or like him being gone. I just think that the team that we're going to be putting on the court this year is solid. Quincy Acey, I'm really pissed they got rid of him, because he brought energy. He was a poor man's Charles Oakley, and you never really saw him complain about minutes. You just saw him go out there, grab rebounds, swing elbows when he got a rebound. That's the kind of player I want on my team, and that's the kind of basketball that's played. If you're a hardcore Knicks fan, that's the type of basketball we're known for. Alexei Shved, he was on the team for an hour, so who cares? Cole Aldrich seems like a nice guy. Never played. If you don't play in garbage time, if you play only in garbage time for the New York Knicks, you might want to consider a different career. We're going to leave it at that. But this year, obviously, last year we lost a lot of guys. Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Amari Stoudemire, Prigioni. We lost some really good guys last year. Obviously, they didn't want to be there. The team sucked, so, it's kind of good to see them flourishing on other teams. J.R. Smith and Shumpert went to Cleveland, killed it. Amari Stoudemire is going to be on the Heat this year, which is good for me because I live in Florida. I really love Amari Stoudemire. Got his jersey when he played on the Knicks, and I don't buy many jerseys, so, I think that this team this year is going to be pretty good. I really do. And I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. I've been watching ESPN a lot. I think if I had to give a prediction, this team is going to be a 38 to 44 win team. Yes, I am saying that the New York Knicks may be at 500 or above. We'll see what happens. But what do you guys think? What do you think the Knicks are going to do this year? You think they'll be garbage like last year? It's up in the air. Before I close the video, I want to go over one thing. Obviously, the New York Knicks were the worst team in the league for the entire season. Most of the season. It was like a battle between them and Minnesota. And they won like 2 or 3 of the last 4 or 5 games and became the second best team. Second worst team. And did not get the number 1 pick in the draft. So obviously they could have got Karl-Anthony Towns. That's how the ping pong balls would have fallen. The worst team got the best pick this year, which is very odd, but it happened this year. Of course it happened this year with the Knicks messed up, and again, Murphy's Law, not going to get into that. But, I think we're going to be all right with Porzingis. I really do. And like I said, I stand behind my opinion 110%. I think he's going to end up being the best player in the draft. Guys like this do not come around often. Karl-Anthony Towns, phenomenal talent. Phenomenal talent, right? But if you look at all the good point guards in the league, Kyrie Irving, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, what have you, Ty Lawson, just a bunch of guys, You take one of those players and it's almost like, there's a ton of them. So they're great, but there's a ton of them. There's only one Dirk Nowitzki, right? This kid has the potential to be better than Dirk Nowitzki. You heard it here first. Obviously, we still got our main man, Carmelo Anthony. He's coming back from injury. I'm sorry I didn't mention Carmelo much in this video, but obviously our guys already know he's there. He's fired up. Hopefully he stays for the remainder of his 5-year contract. He has this season and 3 more after that. I don't want to see any more rumors of him getting traded or this or that. But, let me know what you guys think. The Knicks, good, bad, what do you think? Drop it in the comments. This has been That NBA Guy Josh. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The link's right down there below. And we'll see you guys later, all right? Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Go Knicks, baby.